Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Mark Jarrett.
It is Thursday, July 18th, 2024. You know what, Art? You are not in New Orleans anymore with the morning we're having this morning, are you?
Oh, no. My goodness. This weather is fantastic. Sometimes New Orleans will have weather like this, but not about now.
In January, right?
Yeah.
It feels like fall out there this morning.
And I'm from California, by the way, just in case anybody wants to know that. So I'm used to fog and low cloud activity and all that kind of stuff. And that's what we've got going on right now. Yeah, we've got some patchy to dense fog out there currently. And we also will be seeing a little bit of that sunshine coming back. I'm used to that too in Cali. All right, so we get back into how this all looks. Friday, we're going to be seeing the possibility of quiet weather again. And then we'll also hold on to the weekend showers are on the way. So we've had a nice break. We've enjoyed it. We still have another day of that. Get out and enjoy it if you can. Fog, low cloud activity for you, please, this morning. Take it slow out there. You'll also see mostly sunny skies for the afternoon. Your highs will be ranging around 75 to 80 degrees. You'll also be picking up very pleasant conditions in the evening like we saw. You'll also have a nice little waxing gibbous moon out there, and that starts around 6:59, I believe. So get out and enjoy it. It's going to be wonderful over the next day or so. All right, that being said, we have a little bit of light rainfall that's heading over to areas by Beaver Dam, going all the way over to areas to the north of that. In fact, we'll also see current temperatures widespread in the 50s with some 40s. How about this, though? Current dew points are a lot less in the 40s and the 50s, so that's why it's so comfortable. Your dog might like a nice little walk outside for that. You're also holding on to calm conditions. More about this coming up for you in just a bit.
Turning now to some breaking news, President Biden has canceled another $1.2 billion of student loan debt. This latest round impacts 35,000 public sector workers, including teachers, nurses, and firefighters. The borrowers qualify for debt relief through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Today, Biden has canceled more than $168 billion of federal student loan debt for nearly 4.8 million Americans. The announcement comes as the White House says President Biden has tested positive for COVID-19. He tested positive just before he was set to take the stage and speak at the annual conference of Hispanic Civil Rights in Las Vegas. White House officials say he's experiencing mild symptoms and is self-isolating while continuing to carry out his duties. Taking a turn to the other side of the aisle with the latest on the RNC, Congressman Derek Van Orden was in a confrontation with a protester Tuesday at the RNC. He claims he was assaulted while in line at an event, but the woman says he bumped into her while trying to cut the line. Others say Van Orden tried to shove past her. He says he's been hit harder by air coming out of a blow dryer, but he won't tolerate any so-called political violence.
So she's not some innocent angel that came out of the way, you know. And people have to stop doing acts of political violence at any level. And again, I'm not going to tolerate that.
In a release yesterday, MPD confirmed it is investigating an assault and that a 24-year-old female suspect battered the victim and the victim suffered minor injuries. The release doesn't mention Van Orden, but the time and place match. Wisconsin has 41 delegates at the convention this week. Of those 41 delegates and 38 alternates, at least 2 are accused of filing false paperwork saying Donald Trump won the Wisconsin election, that is, in the 2020 election. Pam Travis is one of them. She was a featured speaker yesterday at the daily GOP breakfast.
This really has been a very exciting convention. We've talked about what the solutions are, what President Trump plans to do, and we're inspired by J.D. Vance.
Travis is one of 10 fake electors who settled a civil suit. As part of that suit, they're not allowed to serve as electors in any future election, and they could still be the subject of a criminal investigation.
The electors in Wisconsin, they were under the impression that this was all part of the legal routine, that there were challenges to the election underway in the courts.
Our sister station spoke with Attorney General Josh Kaul yesterday, who says he's still investigating. Since his rise in 2016, former President Trump has changed the ways of the Republican Party. And of course, it's been on full display this week at the RNC. Kyle Pazorski from our Madison sister station, WISC, took to the Deer District Wednesday to hear from delegates about the shift from the old guard to the new.
It's here outside the convention where we've seen delegates both young and old. Now, a lot has changed in the past year for the Republican Party, which used to belong to the likes of Dwight Eisenhower in the 50s and Ronald Reagan in the 80s. So I asked, what is it like to be a part of Donald Trump's Republican Party?
You like Ike, I like Ike, everybody likes Ike.
From then,
hang out the banner, beat the drum,
to now. An evolution of the Republican Party. Delegates at this year's RNC tell us it's a welcome shift from a party of old to a new guard.
It's really broadened who we are as a party.
It was in 2016 when then-candidate Trump took the political world by storm, with many of his own party uncertain about him being their nominee.
Donald, you're not going to be able to insult your way to the presidency. That's not going to happen.
Even now, there is still a divide amongst the party.
That's the biggest challenge we have.
Tuesday night, Congressman Matt Gaetz, a staunch Trump supporter, confronting former Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy, showing that divide. George Bureau, a delegate from Wisconsin's Fox Valley, says while some, like Gaetz, can't wait to leave behind the Republican Party before Trump, there is still room for them alongside the new guard.
Nikki Haley coming here, Ron DeSantis, there's room for them all in the party because, again, if you peel this all back, it's about the principles that we stand for.
Stacey Matson, a delegate from Texas, disagrees.
I was on the nominations committee of bringing people who wanted to come to the national convention, and we interviewed hundreds of people that wanted to come, and we wanted to make sure who comes are Trump.
And of those supporting the former president include Florida Congressman Juan Carlos Porras. He says the new guard Republicans are a force that shouldn't be messed with and one he's looking forward to continue to be a part of moving forward.
You see all these other Congress people like Congressman Gaetz, Congressman Anna Paulina Luna, Byron Donalds, who's also from Florida. I mean, we're kind of the model for conservative leadership right now, and a lot of them are under the age of 40. So hopefully we see more young people get involved in politics.
Now, as we have seen, a lot can change in a short amount of time. The only question now is what will become of the Republican Party in the next decades to come. For now, we do know what's for certain is that it will be shaped by the politics of President Trump. Reporting here outside of Pfizer Forum, Kyle Pazorski, News 3 Now.
But with the former president picking Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate, some analysts say this could be a significant change for the Republican Party's future, as you heard in that story. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit spoke with some political experts.
At 39 years old, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance was the youngest of Trump's finalists for VP. Now with that selection finalized, it could be a sign that Trump is ready to pass along his politics to the younger generation of the Republican Party. Former President Trump and President Biden are the two oldest major presidential nominees ever. And while age has been a key talking point in this election, many are also wondering about the future of the major parties.
Our future, I feel like my generation, the American dream is getting harder to reach.
With his recent VP selection, political experts agree Trump is looking to pass the torch to a younger generation.
I think that Trump wanted to find somebody who could be his successor when he's gone in 4 years.
Vance makes a lot of sense as someone who might be able to continue the MAGA movement within the Republican Party.
Trump has ushered in a new form of Republican politics. Chergowski says Trump's approach to foreign policy differs from previous Republican leaders, and he places a stronger emphasis on border security than his predecessors. But overall, Chergowski says Trumpism is better recognized for its style of populism, an ideology that emphasizes the people and contrasts them with the elite, something that Vance echoes.
Whoever the culprit might be, Trumpism includes the idea that everyday people have gotten screwed. And it includes the idea that America is in decline and that something dramatic needs to change in order to reverse that trend.
It's talking points we can expect younger members of the Republican Party to mirror, especially if Vance has a powerful role with a future Republican administration.
I think it would signal a turn of the Republican Party in a more populist direction.
Now, Chergowski says that Trumpism has proven to be durable. So even if he loses this November, we could see his style of politics in the Republican Party for years to come. Reporting in Milwaukee, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
And we'll have more on the RNC as the day continues. A man connected to the largest drug ring in Eau Claire pleaded not guilty yesterday. Mario Aviles is one of 6 men accused of using the United States Postal Service to ship drugs, including fentanyl and meth, across the region. He is facing 4 felony counts and will be back in court in November. A former Monroe County Sheriff's deputy is facing sexual assault charges after allegedly engaging in sexual activity with his 16-year-old babysitter. According to the criminal complaint, 29-year-old Aaron Yang is accused of sexual contact with the minor at his former La Crosse apartment while his young daughter was in the room. He faces several charges, including third-degree sexual assault and sexual intercourse with a child 16 or younger. Yang was released on a $2,000 signature bond and is no longer employed by the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And a former Sparta pastor is headed to trial for alleged sex crimes. 46-year-old Travis Becknell pleaded not guilty to sexual exploitation by a therapist and 4th-degree sexual assault. He's accused of groping a female congregation member during a 2021 counseling session at his now closed church. Becknell is free on $25,000 bond, with his next court date set for November 18th. Vandalism has temporarily closed bathrooms at a popular La Crosse park. The La Crosse Park Recreation and Forestry Department announced Copeland Park's shelter bathrooms were closed yesterday due to vandalism. They are expected to reopen today, though no further details about the damage have been provided. Marshfield Clinic is suing Eau Claire over property taxes, claiming the city's 2023 assessments were unlawful. The lawsuit argues Marshfield Clinic and Mayo Clinic Health System should qualify as nonprofit hospitals, contrary to the city's classification. Having paid over $600,000 in taxes, Marshfield Clinic is now seeking to recover these funds through the legal action. No court date has been set for the dispute. The time now is 6:10. Still ahead on your morning news. Offices no longer being used are being converted into housing. The Mega Million is still up for grabs, and Pernod Ricard is offloading wineries as wine sales drop. And U.S. consumer prices fell in June for the first time since the start of the pandemic. More on how these prices impact insurance rates coming up. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Meet Apex, the Stegosaurus. She just sold at auction for a whopping $44.6 million and is now the most expensive dinosaur ever sold. That's a lot more than the previous record holder, Stan, the T-Rex, who fetched nearly $32 million. Apex was excavated during 2022 and 2023 and stands 11 feet tall and nearly 27 feet long. 254 of her 319 bones are real fossils. The rest were 3D printed or sculpted, and it's still not known who submitted the winning bid or if they plan to display Apex publicly. Who knew you could buy a dinosaur? And taking a live look now at Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee. This, of course, where the final day of the Republican National Convention is expected to start in just a few hours. President Trump is expected to address the crowd tonight and officially accept his party's nomination. Stay with us. We're back after this.
It's a lot quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
Hey, Nick. What's your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
And nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
G&T, the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy
To ooey gooey.
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Member Appreciation Event. While we offer unbeatable deals every day, now through July 31st, we're showing extra appreciation to our rewards members with exclusive deals. Like $100 instant savings on 4 Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Uniroyal tires. Rewards members get an extra $25 instant savings on any set of 4. Rewards members save $3 on Blaine's Lawn and Garden utility batteries. Not a rewards member? Sign up at checkout or online. Don't miss our Rewards Member Appreciation Event going on now.
All right, welcome back to your local weather here. Take a look at this sunrise. Absolutely gorgeous over La Crosse. We're also seeing Eau Claire. You're looking pretty nice as well. Not much in the way of fog for you. However, mostly sunny skies will ensue for today for everybody. Temperatures reaching up to 75 to 80 degrees, seasonably mild for this time of year. And then pleasant conditions going into your evening hours as well. You're wondering why I'm showing you this so early. Well, it's going to be a great looking day. You might want to get ahead and start how this all plays out for you. 60s and 70s expected as we go through La Crosse today, and maybe even up to around an 80-degree mark. Well, we'll see, maybe 79, 80 degrees or so. Take a look at this, though. We get into Eau Claire, you're looking pretty good as well. You're going to hold on to temperatures right now. Looking at our highs today, 77 degrees. Ladysmith, 76. Red Wing, 78. Winona, if you're heading out that direction there, 76 degrees. How about La Crosse at 79? Folks down in Prairie du Chien, good morning to you. 76 degrees, your high for the day. And then Black River Falls, 76 degrees. Everybody under sunshine. And, of course, maybe a few extra clouds sneaking in as we go into portions of the late afternoon into the evening hours, but not much in the way of rain for us here. Let's take a quick peek here as we go through it here. Looking at temperatures by the time we get into near the midnight hour, you're looking at widespread 60s, so get out and enjoy it if you can. That's your forecast. Have a wonderful day.
In your consumer news this morning, a growing number of vacant office buildings are finding second lives as apartments. The COVID-era work-from-home movement slashed office attendance, but developers seem to have found a solution, turning those expansive workspaces into inviting homes. Local governments are even offering tax breaks and speedier approval processes to help with the transition. According to a report, nearly 70 million square feet of office space was in the process of being converted for other uses in the first 3 months of the year. 63% is expected to be turned into multi-family housing. Nobody won the Mega Millions drawing Tuesday night, sending the jackpot up to $226 million. The winning numbers for Tuesday's Mega Millions were 5, 35, 42, 58, 66, and Mega Ball 22. According to the lottery, if someone wins the next drawing, they could walk away with a lump sum of $106.9 million after taxes. So far, 2 people have won the Mega Millions jackpot this year. One of the world's biggest booze makers is selling most of its wine brands as the world's alcohol consumption declines. Pernod Ricard is offloading 7 wineries and plans to focus on growing its champagne and spirit labels, which include Absolut Vodka, Jameson Whiskey, and Beefeater Gin. In the first quarter of this year, the company reported a 7% fall in sales for the wine brands it plans to sell. Wine consumption has been trending downward since 2018. Last year, it hit a 27-year low, according to the International Organization for Vine and Wine. Americans weighed down by high borrowing costs may soon feel some relief. U.S. consumer prices fell in June for the first time since the start of the pandemic. Jen Sullivan looks at the latest numbers and how this could impact interest rates.
Some key indicators show inflation is finally starting to cool off. The latest Consumer Price Index, which measures what people pay for goods and services over time, fell 0.1% in June. and inflation eased to 3%. It's the first time consumer prices have fallen since the start of the pandemic.
This is certainly good news on the inflation front.
Experts like Greg McBride with Bankrate.com say cooling inflation is good news when it comes to interest rates.
Things are lining up that the Federal Reserve will begin to cut interest rates in September.
Interest rates have been stuck at a 23-year high for months. But a rate cut will make borrowing costs a little bit less expensive. The gap between wage growth and inflation is also starting to close.
Over time, we want to see wages growing faster than inflation, because that's how, as Americans, we can increase our standard of living.
And when it comes to the standard of living, Americans are still shopping despite the high prices. Retail sales held steady in June, defying the decline predicted by economists. Online sales jumped nearly 2% last month. There's also some progress to report on housing. The shelter index rose just 0.2% in June, the slowest monthly increase in 3 years. But on an annual basis, shelter inflation is running at 5.2%, far above overall inflation.
When costs go up, households really feel it. And you certainly see that in the housing market today. Not only are rent prices high, home prices are high, financing costs are high, homeowners insurance costs are high.
That's it for your morning consumer news. The time now is 6:19. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast.
All right, for those that are starting their day out a little early, getting out and about, you're looking at Eau Claire, holding on to some early sunshine, and that will carry over to your afternoon as well, where temperatures are going to warm up nicely, getting into the 70s by the noon hour. And in fact, La Crosse, you're holding on to 61 to start at 8 a.m. By 10 a.m., you're getting about 69 degrees to 72 by the noon hour. How about this, though? Cooler air across the Midwest, high pressure building in behind it right over into portions of Minneapolis, and then we'll see eventually some more of this rainfall sneaking in. And what it's going to do is it's going to come all the way from the Pacific, all the way to Alaska, back up to the Canadian territories, and then right back our direction. So we are all connected, my friends. We're holding on to some light moisture you can see all the way in by Madison, getting into areas by Beaver Dam. Mostly sunny skies will ensue today with maybe a few extra clouds popping in for us. We're going to see some mild to warm conditions today, getting up to at least around, say, 75 to about 80 degrees. So we'll call it seasonally mild, technically speaking. And then once we get into the evening hours, it will be pleasantly mild for everyone. Don't forget that waxing gibbous moon later on. In fact, you can see the beautiful sunrise right now. La Crosse holding on to 57 degrees currently, 56 in Eau Claire. Get out and enjoy it early if you can. Clouds will come in, mostly sunny skies to ensue. Then you see maybe a few partly cloudy skies coming in to finish out the afternoon to the evening hours. Quiet evening indeed for everybody. Absolutely gorgeous for a little moon gazing. How about that, though? We go into how this all plays out for the rainfall that's coming in for the weekend. We take a quick peek here as we get into Thursday here at 10 o'clock. Not much doing. You see the clouds coming in as we get into Friday, maybe later on into Friday at 3 a.m., maybe a little bit of moisture sneaking in, but that's well up into the north. We're seeing dry conditions basically. Hold on to your hats, though. Here comes the rainfall as we go into Saturday about 6 o'clock in the evening hours, well to the north. Then eventually it'll start to get a little bit closer to us as we go into Sunday. That's just around the noon hour for Sunday. Then some heavier rainfall kind of trying to sneaks in from the north and then kind of peters out by the time it gets closer to us here in La Crosse. We'll have another batch of that coming up from the south working northward. That puts a little bit more rainfall going into Monday. And then once we get into Tuesday, rainfall is pretty much widespread. I think it's about a 40% chance to 30% chance for us. We'll also see by Wednesday, 11 o'clock in the evening, a little extra rainfall. And all of that rain you saw, not much kicking our way, though. Maybe a few hundredths of an inch to maybe about a half an inch of rainfall, and that's it. Highs for today. Ladysmith, 76 degrees, 79 for La Crosse. Eau Claire, 77 degrees. Down to the south, Prairie du Chien, about 76 degrees. And then we go into tomorrow. We maybe bump it up a degree or two, and that'll be pretty nice for everybody. How about this, though? The next few days, 79 today, 81 tomorrow. More sunshine right into Saturday with a few showers and storm activity coming in for Sunday. And then the whole gambit comes in as we go into next week with more rainfall on the way. And how about that? Wednesday, I think that's my birthday. Have a great day.
Oh, we better get an icon on there. Thank you, Art. The time now is 6:22. Still ahead on your morning news. Thinking about your morning coffee? You might want to stay tuned. Coming up in your morning medical news, we'll explore caffeine's effects on your body and mood. Learn the pros and cons before you pour that second cup of Joe.
Coming up in the Blitz, a local icon on the diamond has passed away. Hear from one of his closest friends. Plus, Tiger Woods back competing in major championship golf. Hear his thoughts prior to teeing off. Next.
And taking another live look at the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee. This is where the final day of the Republican National Convention is expected to start in just a few hours. President Trump will address the crowd later tonight to officially accept his party's nomination. Stay with us. We're back after this.
Bring your home to life with colorful pieces from Ashley. Discover trending hues and styles starting at $499.99. From bold and bright to soothing and serene. Hue the color, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. Our Constitution has given us more rights, freedoms, and prosperity than any country in history. Every 4th of July, we come together to celebrate those freedoms. But right now, we're a divided nation. We have to stop putting on the blue jersey or red jersey. Instead, put on the red, white, and blue jersey. Come together and get things done.
I'm proud to be an American.
Jason's been with us long enough now to see changes in Michael's abilities. He can analyze them and tailor his recommendations because he has almost as much knowledge of Michael's health as Michael's doctors do. I think that's huge. That is the single biggest factor for me. And that kind of client relationship is invaluable, especially when you're facing the challenges that we are.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevators. Stop in and see us today.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
The top-notch teacher is really important to our organization. You know, our family's been giving back and our team for 5 generations, over 100 years, because our mission statement is to keep people moving. And as I think about the greater La Crosse region, our teachers is what keeps our kids moving, what keeps our community moving. And so it really aligns well with what we're about at Dahl Automotive, giving back. Our teachers are just so important, so if we can support them in any way, then that makes a big difference.
Bring your home to life with colorful pieces from Ashley. Discover trending hues and styles starting at $499.99. From bold and bright to soothing and serene. Hue the color, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
The Republican National Convention comes to Milwaukee. News 8 Now will take you there live all this week as Wisconsin takes center stage. Expect more from your campaign 2024 coverage and join us on air, in your hand, and online all this week. Download the News 8000 app today.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, there was a feeling of something missing at the Park Bowl yesterday in Viroqua. It's with a heavy heart that we pass along the news that a mainstay in the Viroqua community, Pete Swanson, passed away Tuesday at the age of 75. Swanson started coaching back in 1975 and logged 1,400 wins in Legion baseball alone. Those that knew Pete knew that the Park Bowl was a special place to him. He did everything he could to make it the best field possible. Just 2 days ago, he coached his final game with the boys from Post 138, ironically enough, against their rival Westby Coon Valley. His close friend and Legion colleague Gary Gilbertson says there will never be another Swans. He's left a legendary legacy.
Almost like a legend to us, but being around him all the time, he never gave you that air that he was better than any other coach around the area. And we're going to really miss that laugh of his and his easygoing demeanor in the future here.
And last night's game with West Salem was canceled, and tonight there will be a moment of silence in the game against Bi-State. Meanwhile, the final major of the golf season has kicked off, the Open Championship at Royal Troon Golf Club. Tiger Woods was talking to the media about how he feels he can still play at a high level and hoist the claret jug. And despite a call from former PGA pro Colin Montgomery to hang it up and retire, Woods says he's earned the right to make his own decisions.
Well, as a past champion, I'm exempt till I'm 60. Colin's not. He's not a past champion, so he's not exempt. So he doesn't get the opportunity to make that decision. I do.
Woods will tee off with fellow Americans Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay at the 152nd Open at 8:37 a.m. Central Time, looking for his first win at the event since 2006 in Liverpool. We can all agree golf is better when Tiger Woods is a part of it. Makes me want to go hit the course. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
This
summer, be a part of the in crowd with LCT's production of Mean Girls High School Edition. Tickets are on sale now. Call or stop into the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82.
86.
90 years young.
Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk.
Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
Now is the perfect time to save at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. You'll find store-wide sale prices and we'll pay the sales tax. Drury's makes it easier than ever to furnish your home with top-quality name brand furniture. And right now, you'll save with store-wide sale prices and we'll even pay your sales tax. Don't miss this incredible offer. Store-wide sale prices and we pay the sales tax. It's only happening for a short time at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Hi, I'm Brody from Great River Harley Davidson. If you haven't been in this year, consider this your invitation to stop by.
Adam Sandoval's Great American Convoy will be riding into Great River Thursday, July 25th from 3 to 5, raising money for the Wounded Warrior Project. Meet Adam Sandoval, donate to the Wounded Warriors, and ride with the convoy.
Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, I want to invite you to stop into Great River Harley Davidson.
This summer, be a part of the in crowd with LCT's production of Mean Girls High School Edition. Tickets are on sale now. Call or stop into the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
There's been more than a few changes over the years. But if there's one thing that hasn't changed, it's our commitment. 70 years and counting. Thanks for watching. The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, a new study reveals women with endometriosis face a 4-fold increase in ovarian cancer risk. Certain subtypes like deep infiltrating endometriosis show even higher risks, but experts emphasize ovarian cancer remains rare and urge patients not to panic. This research highlights the complex relationship between endometriosis and reproductive cancers. Another new study examines how psilocybin, psychedelic ingredient in magic mushrooms, affects the brain. Using brain scans, researchers found it disrupts typical neural pathways, creating new connections. These altered pathways may explain why some psychedelic drugs show promise in treating anxiety and depression. While shrooms are illegal federally, the FDA has designated psilocybin as a breakthrough medicine, allowing further research into its potential therapeutic uses. About 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day. That's generally how much caffeine the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says is safe for a healthy adult, but some are more sensitive to the drug than others. Mandy Gaither has more on how caffeine affects the body.
You can find it in chocolate, soda, tea, and coffee. Caffeine has become a part of life for many. In fact, it's consumed daily by about 80% of adults worldwide.
Caffeine certainly gives you that feeling of alertness. It reduces your feeling of
fatigue or tiredness.
Dietitian Julia Zumpano with Cleveland Clinic says it works by blocking adenosine receptors in your brain. Those receptors slow down nerve activity, which make us feel tired. That helps explain the afternoon crash some may feel when the effects of their morning coffee wear off.
It's important to understand your threshold, how you react to caffeine, how much you're having, how you're dosing it throughout the day.
For most people, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says moderate caffeine consumption can be part of a healthy diet, but overuse can lead to side effects like insomnia, jitters, anxiousness, fast heart rate, upset stomach, nausea, headache, and a feeling of unhappiness. Zumpano says it's also important to pay attention to the source of your caffeine.
If it's in a sugary beverage or coffee drink that's containing a tremendous amount of sugar, calories, or fat, we're really not gaining the benefit.
Since caffeine affects everyone differently, Zumpano says to measure how much you can handle without having any negative side effects.
I usually say start low, start small, and then add very gradually.
The FDA says that if you'd like to cut down on caffeine intake, do so gradually. The agency says stopping abruptly can cause symptoms like headaches, anxiety, and nervousness. Giving back to the community by completing 20 projects for local nonprofits was the aim of the Great River United Way's annual Day of Caring. 185 volunteers turned out yesterday to help local nonprofits, including the Parenting Place and Wafer Food Pantry. Projects range from landscaping to cleaning to stocking shelves.
So we are all over the community here today. We're at Family and Children's Center. We've got volunteers at the Parenting Place. We've got volunteers at Reach Center. So there are a lot of places today.
The volunteers represented 14 local businesses, and the foundation estimates they completed $20,000 worth of projects. The 50-year-old Mediterranean Festival returns to La Crosse this Sunday at St. Elias Church. Visitors can enjoy authentic cuisine like grilled kebabs and sliced lamb, along with homemade desserts. The event features folk dancers, live music, and church tours. Preparations for the food and the bake sale started yesterday. Every summer, the city of La Crosse runs an initiative to promote sustainability. This year's focus is Soak It Up Summer, a way for people to build rain barrels and learn about stormwater management. And as News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall reports, the practice reduces overflow to waterways while saving residents money on utility bills.
Riley Hunter has a rain barrel. She says sustainable water usage is important for the health of local waterways.
It's very critical that we find ways that watershed is actually utilized locally versus just letting it all go into the waterways.
The barrels trap rainwater that would otherwise carry pesticides and lawn chemicals into rivers and lakes, reducing pollution in local water bodies. And as she and other La Crosse residents are learning, this summer, rain barrels also help preserve city infrastructure.
It keeps it out of the street, out of the storm sewer, so it reduces just kind of that load on the storm sewer system.
The best benefit of all, the city says using the rain barrels has a positive impact on your wallet.
Rainwater is free, so that's a huge perk to using it. So you do pay your water utility when you use water. It can be a little bit more expensive if you're watering your lawn, watering your garden with the water, and it's Mother Nature's gift to us.
In La Crosse, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now this morning.
In the fall, the city will have Leaf It, teaching people to keep their leaves on their property instead of raking them to prevent them from clogging up storm sewers and reducing nutrient loading. The time now is 6:36. Here's News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect on our morning commute.
All right, so I had coffee. We have rainfall later on coming into the weekend. It's all going to be with us with this beautiful sunrise as well. Take a look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be a wonderful looking day. Quiet weather. We're going to see drier conditions as well. And of course, temperatures will get up to at least 75 to 80 degrees. Patchy fog out there right about now in some cases, possibly getting near dense. But we're also going to see today that quiet weather, as I mentioned, is going to linger right into your evening hours. Here's a look at your fog and low cloud activity. 1 mile of visibility once you get down to Sparta. You're also seeing some a little low cloud activity and fog over by areas by Black River Falls. Ladysmith is down to at least 7 miles visibility. And down up to LeClaire, you're looking at at least maybe some patchy fog as well as La Crosse. Look at the river stages. Everything's looking great. Continues to drop down. We'll get into La Crosse and Wabasha by Saturday. We're getting into below 10 feet, so we'll be out of the action and not a problem anymore. McGregor doing the same thing, and by the time we get into later in, say, Sunday, you're going to see conditions to be a little bit better. How about current temperatures for you? In the 50s widespread, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Get out and enjoy it. That's your full weather. We'll have more about this coming up for you in just a bit as we get into the next few minutes.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, twins Jace and Jaden are turning 8 years old today. They love to go fishing, four-wheeling, and playing hockey.
I always wanted a twin growing up. Did you? No. Well, happy birthday to them. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
It's all about me, my friend. Come on now. That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
The 133rd Annual La Crosse Interstate Fair kicked off yesterday. Coming up, we have an interview with the fairest of the fair, Hannah Johnson, to tell us about what we can expect at this year's event.
It's blueberry season at Kane's Orchard in Hickston. Picking is this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. Bring your pails and arrive early for the best picking of 8 varieties. The blueberries are ripe at Kane's Orchard on Kane Road just off I-94 and Highway 95 in Hickston.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase health care costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Get 0% financing for 36 months plus $0 first month payment plus no payments for 90 days on select Ford SUVs. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Member Appreciation Event. While we offer unbeatable deals every day, now through July 31st, we're showing extra appreciation to our rewards members with exclusive deals. Like 40-pound bags of Blaine's Black Oil Sunflower Seeds, $17.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. 15% off assorted Hopkins oil change wrenches, drain pans, and funnels. Rewards members save 20%. Not a rewards member? Sign up at checkout or online. Don't miss our Rewards Member Appreciation Event going on now.
It's the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday. Buy one, get one free. Get BOGOs, BOGOs, and more BOGOs. Buy one, get one free, including on our award-winning Hy-Vee Chinese. Get BOGOs on more than 100 items store-wide. And when you buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. And buy one, get one free. Don't miss the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable raccoon? Attack.
Bark!
Attack. It's not easy taking out the trash. That's why you need strength that's anything but ordinary. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases like live streaming.
It's blueberry season at Kane's Orchard in Hickston. Picking is this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. Bring your pails and arrive early for the best picking of 8 varieties. The blueberries are ripe at Kane's Orchard on Kane Road just off I-94 and Highway 95 in Hickston.
Well, good morning to you and welcome back here. Right now we have a little patchy fog out there. We may see some areas or pockets of dense fog. Today we're going to have some quiet weather all the way into Friday. In fact, we're looking at a pretty good weekend, maybe even going into Saturday. It should be pretty nice as well. Maybe a little fog there in the morning as well, but it will be pleasant. We get into the weekend here, showers and storms will start to come in as we get deeper into Saturday night and then into Sunday. And there may be a storm or two as well associated with that following into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and beyond. Cool conditions across the Midwest looking pretty good for the Corn Belt, and as you can see, high pressure is building in. There's a look at what's been going on, current visibility. Because of this pleasant weather, we've been having more fog, so just to let you know, this is what's going on. It's a big circle. And you get into Black River Falls, 2 miles visibility, extending down into areas by Boscoville that is now in dense fog. You'll also catch a little bit of that patchy fog going into Winona as well as La Crosse. Back to your current temperatures again, widespread 50s with some 40s intermixed in there. Comfortable conditions that will go all the way through the day today, 75 to 80 degrees for your highs with comfortable conditions going into your evening, and that includes Friday evening as well, possibly getting into early portions of the evening for Saturday. Hey, take a look. We've got the rainfall that's coming in an area of low pressure, high pressure to our just over portions of Minnesota, and then once we get into Saturday, well, everything starts to kind of circulate right over us. The rainfall comes back pulling in from Canada. We'll also see this going right through the Sunday all the way into late Sunday night into Monday with a little break. Then we bring it back in the morning with more rainfall coming in the afternoon for you on Monday. Oh boy, then we pick up at least another break with more rainfall coming in for Tuesday, and that is Tuesday afternoon or in the noon hour, and that's going to continue all the way through most of the day and then into the morning hours where we get into Wednesday with more rainfall coming back from north to south across the area. You see it over La Crosse all the way down to Prairie du Chien, in fact, over into Richland as well. Hey, rainfall, we're looking at maybe about a ½ an inch of rain going all the way into possibility of maybe just a little less than 3/4 of an inch or so. So not a lot of rainfall in our way. We have La Crosse and Wabasha dropping down past 10 feet, so that means the rivers are doing great. We'll see how this all plays out with the rainfall coming in over the weekend. We're not expecting a whole lot. You see some sunshine all the way through the 8 o'clock hour into the noon hour for you. We'll do the same for Eau Claire, the same as well. Picking up the conditions to be like this as you finish out. You're going to be looking at the next couple of days here looking good as far as high temperatures are concerned. We'll see that by Friday. Temperatures around here about 81 degrees. The next few days away we go with 79 to 81 with a good looking weekend despite the rainfall for Sunday, and then a whole lot of rainfall coming our way back into portions of next week.
Thank you, Art. The 133rd Annual La Crosse Interstate Fair is currently underway at the fairgrounds in West Salem, running from July 17th through the 21st. This long-standing community event brings together agriculture, entertainment, and family fun. Joining us this morning is Hannah Johnson, who is named this year's Fairest of the Fair. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to see you. So just tell us what we can expect at this year's fair.
Yeah, there's so much to look forward at this year's fair. There's lots of live animal exhibits as well as non-animal exhibits. There's lots of stage entertainment as well as fun rides and great fair food.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
Hey, so what are the fair's operating hours and what about admission and parking?
Yeah, judging starts right away in the morning, but the rides don't start until later afternoon around 1 p.m. today and tomorrow, and then noon Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
They also go until late at night. There's lots of stuff you can do at night, including live music, which will go until midnight.
Okay.
And admission and parking is free.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good to know. People worry about that, I know. So agriculture is another key component of the fair. What kinds of exhibits or competitions can we expect to see in that area?
There's lots of live animal judging, which I will be attending and meeting the exhibitors and handing out awards and ribbons at that. There will also be a live auction Saturday night, which is a really great opportunity for the community to come and support the young youth that are caring so much for their animals.
Yeah, sounds great.
All right, well, the fair's been around for 133 years. What do you think has contributed to its longevity as well as its continued popularity?
I love the community aspect of the fair. It's really awesome to see them and come and support all the sponsorships that they give to support the local youth, as well as the local youth and the exhibitors and their dedication to their animals.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, 133 years is a really long time, so obviously you're doing something right over there. And so kids obviously love fairs. What kind of family-friendly, kid-friendly events and activities can we expect?
Yeah, there's lots of stage entertainment. There's Miller and Mike Magic Show this year, which will perform a couple times a day, which is always super fun to watch, as well as the animals are always fun for the kids to see.
Yes, for sure.
All right, so what do we got going on here? I have to ask you, for families visiting the fair, well, you already asked about that, so What do we have for a showcase? What's the support for the showcases going on in local businesses and artisans?
Yeah, on Midway, there's a lot of local businesses as well as in the exhibition hall. It's super cool to see all of their stuff that they're showing to everyone, as well as all the sponsorships. Everything at the fair is sponsored, and we're so thankful for that.
Okay, and tell us a little bit more about your role as Fairest of the Fair. So that's a competition. When were you crowned, and what goes into your role?
I was crowned around April. I filled out an application. I had an interview with the Agriculture Board. I'm super excited. I've been in a couple parades, but this is my first official thing.
Okay.
Yesterday I had my official crowning, and I was
wow.
able to meet other local royalty.
Okay, well congrats to you.
Thank you.
And then at the fair, I'm sure you'll be there kind of all weekend. What are you going to be doing there?
Yeah, I'm sort of the hostess. I do media interviews kind of like this, but I also meet the exhibitors, kind of walk around and talk to everyone. I hand out awards, and then just kind of thank everyone for being there.
All right, well, sounds like a very fun weekend. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, we're here in Milwaukee with complete coverage of the Republican National Convention last evening, including what Trump running mate Senator J.D. Vance had to say in his first speech as his party's nominee for vice president. We're also going to talk to the RNC co-chair. Her name is Laura Trump. We're going to talk to her about the party's platform and also what to expect when her father-in-law, former President Donald Trump, speaks tonight. And speaking of Donald Trump, you can never be sure what he'll say when he's in front of a microphone. I chat with some of his supporters about what they hear and how they interpret or explain some of his more controversial remarks. All that and more at 7.
There are many reasons to join the Y. Building endurance, losing weight, strengthening your heart. When you join the Y, you're committing to more than simply becoming healthier. You're supporting the values and programs that strengthen community. Join the Y today.
Listen to Senator Tammy Baldwin.
What is your view of the Biden presidency?
It is one of the most successful administrations in generations.
Most successful in generations? Inflation is sky high. Our border is wide open. Drugs flood our streets. The world is in chaos.
One of the most successful administrations in generations.
If this is success, we're in big trouble.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Maury's VW has all the latest Volkswagens with new product arriving daily, including the new 2024 Volkswagen SUV lineup, the large and very spacious Atlas and Atlas Crossport, the perfect size family-friendly Volkswagen Tiguan, and the practical, economical Volkswagen Taos. As always, you don't need to travel far to have your Volkswagen serviced. Come in for your test drive today at Maury's Volkswagen.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Become a better you with the help and support of the Y. Join us for Interval Zone, a high-intensity interval class to give you a total body workout. Try small group training and work out with a few friends. You can be stronger and living better through the help of the Y.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Wisconsin is a battleground state, and as election year heats up, you can expect more from News 8. All this week, we will be live at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Stay with us on air, in your hand, or online for fair coverage of Wisconsin politics.
Welcome back at 6:52. Time for your morning news now. President Biden announcing early this morning he is canceling another $1.2 billion of student loan debt. This latest round impacts 35,000 public sector workers, including teachers, nurses, and firefighters. The borrowers qualify for debt relief through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. To date, Biden has canceled more than $168 billion of federal student loan debt for nearly 4.8 million Americans. The announcement comes as the White House says President Biden has tested positive for COVID. He tested positive just before he was set to take the stage and speak at the annual Conference of Hispanic Civil Rights in Las Vegas. White House officials say he's experiencing mild symptoms and is self-isolating while continuing to carry out his duties. Congressman Derek Van Orden was in a confrontation with a protester Tuesday at the Republican National Convention. He claims he was assaulted while in line at an event, but the woman says he bumped into her while trying to cut the line. Others say Van Orden tried to shove past her. He says he's been hit harder by air coming out of a blow dryer, but he won't tolerate any political violence.
So she's not some like innocent angel that came out of the way, you know. And people have to stop doing acts of political violence at any level. And again, I'm not going to tolerate that.
In a release yesterday, MPD confirmed it was investigating an assault. A former Monroe County Sheriff's deputy is facing sexual assault charges after allegedly engaging in sexual activity with his 16-year-old babysitter. According to the criminal complaint, 29-year-old Aaron Yang is accused of sexual contact with the minor at his former La Crosse apartment while his young daughter was in the room. He faces several charges, including third-degree sexual assault and sexual intercourse with a child 16 or younger. Yang was released on a $2,000 signature bond and is no longer employed by the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Marshfield Clinic is suing Eau Claire over property taxes, claiming the city's 2023 assessments were unlawful. The lawsuit argues Marshfield Clinic and Mayo Clinic health systems should qualify as nonprofit hospitals, contrary to the city's classification. Having paid over $600,000 in taxes, Marshfield Clinic is now seeking to recover those funds through the legal action. No court date has been set. La Crosse's Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Department kicked off its summer sustainability program yesterday, partnering with Habitat for Humanity and La Crosse Area Waters. Participants built rain barrels and learned about their crucial role in stormwater management. These barrels capture rainwater, providing an alternative water source for gardens while reducing overflow to local waterways and lowering utility bills.
So that's a huge perk to using it. So you do pay your water utility when you use water. It can be a little bit more expensive if you're watering your lawn, watering your garden with the water, and it's Mother Nature's gift to us.
In the fall, the city will have Leaf It, teaching people to keep their leaves on their property instead of raking them. The 50-year-old Mediterranean Festival returns to La Crosse this Sunday at St. Elias Church. Visitors can enjoy authentic cuisine like grilled kebabs and sliced lamb, along with homemade desserts. The event features folk dancers, live music, and tours of the church.
All right, you may pick up a little extra sunshine today as we go right into the early morning hours, so get out and enjoy it if you can. Your highs today will be in the 70s, possibly getting closer to around the 80-degree mark in some cases. How about Friday, though? We'll bump it up a degree or two, where temperatures will see upper 70s to the low 80s. Get out and enjoy it if you can. In fact, get out and enjoy the fair as well. A whole lot of activities going on with cool conditions. 70s and 80s on the way as we go into the weekend with rainfall by Sunday and next week.
And if you love a certain expensive seafood delicacy, today is your day, because today is National Caviar Day. Caviar, which is derived from sturgeon fish eggs, has become a luxury, but a scarcity from overharvesting has forced environmental restrictions to be put into place. So the National Day was created to raise awareness of the problem, but also celebrate the delicacy itself. You can mark the day by enjoying caviar, whether it's on blini or toast or whatever way you like it, and you can post on social media using the hashtag National Caviar Day. Seems like that should be on a Friday or something more celebratory, right?
Exactly. I agree.
Well, thank you for starting your morning with us on News 8 Now this morning. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your day.